Did you know that John Quincy Adams, the sixth President of the United States, was the first president whose father had also held the same prestigious office? Born on July 11, 1767 in Braintree, Massachusetts, John Quincy Adams had a unique start in life. His father, John Adams, was a key figure in the American Revolution, a diplomat in Europe, and eventually the second president of the United States. From a young age, John Quincy was exposed to the political fervor and intellectual discourse that defined the birth of a nation. This extraordinary upbringing, steeped in politics and diplomacy, shaped John Quincy's educational path. Unlike most children of his age, John Quincy embarked on a grand European tour at the tender age of 10, accompanying his father on diplomatic missions. During this time, he was schooled in the finest institutions in Paris and Amsterdam, becoming fluent in French and Dutch. His education, however, wasn't limited to classrooms. He was exposed to the political theater of Europe, meeting influential figures like Benjamin Franklin and Thomas Jefferson. Upon his return to the United States, John Quincy pursued his studies at Harvard, graduating at the top of his class. His intellectual prowess and diplomatic experience were soon put to use as he embarked on his political career. He served as a diplomat, a United States Senator, and the Secretary of State under President James Monroe. John Quincy Adams' early life was a whirlwind of education, diplomacy, and politics. He was a product of the American Revolution, a witness to the birth of a nation and a key player in its early political landscape. His upbringing, education, and early political career laid the foundation for his presidency, a role he would assume in 1825. But this early life was just a preamble to what would come next, a presidency that would see a mix of successes, failures, and remarkable firsts. John Quincy Adams's road to the presidency was far from straightforward, a journey marked by both personal and political challenges. Born in Massachusetts in 1767, he was the son of founding father John Adams, a pedigree that set high expectations for his future. His early career was marked by diplomatic service, serving as a minister to several European countries. He was known for his sharp intellect, his tireless work ethic, and his unwavering commitment to the principles of the American Republic. His diplomatic achievements, particularly the negotiation of the Treaty of Ghent that ended the War of 1812, earned him national recognition. Adams then served as a U.S. Senator from Massachusetts, where he gained a reputation as a fierce nationalist and an advocate for infrastructure and education. His commitment to the nation's growth was evident in his support for the establishment of a national university and the promotion of scientific research. His tenure as Secretary of State under President James Monroe was perhaps his most influential pre-presidential role. It was during this period that he formulated the Monroe Doctrine, a key tenet of American foreign policy that warned European powers against further colonization in the Americas. The election of 1824 was a contentious and complex affair. 4 candidates vied for the presidency, with no one securing a majority of electoral votes. The decision went to the House of Representatives, where Adams was chosen as the 6th president, despite not having the most popular votes. This decision, often referred to as the corrupt bargain, was met with outrage by Andrew Jackson and his supporters, who believed the presidency had been stolen from him. The controversy would cast a shadow over Adams's presidency, setting the stage for a challenging tenure. And so, with a presidency won in a controversial election, John Quincy Adams stepped into the highest office in the land. As president, John Quincy Adams was a man of principle, often prioritizing his beliefs over political expediency. John Quincy Adams's presidency was a testament to his unwavering commitment to his principles. He had a vision for America, and he did not hesitate to pursue it, even when it meant going against the political tide. One of Adams' most significant stances was his support for national improvement projects. He believed in the power of infrastructure and education to transform the country. He advocated for a system of roads and canals to connect the nation, fostering commerce and communication. He also championed the establishment of a national university and the promotion of arts and sciences, viewing them as vital to the country's progress. Adams was also a vocal opponent of slavery, a stance that put him at odds with many in Congress. He believed in the fundamental principle of human equality and saw slavery as a grave violation of this principle. Despite the political risks, he never wavered in his opposition to this institution, even going so far as to argue against the gag rule that prevented discussion of slavery in Congress. But Adams's presidency was not without its challenges. He was often at odds with a hostile Congress, which was reluctant to support his ambitious plans for national improvement. Despite these obstacles, Adams remained steadfast. He refused to compromise his principles for the sake of political convenience. Adams's presidency was marked by his commitment to principle over popularity. He was not afraid to stand up for what he believed in, even when it was unpopular. His presidency may not have been marked by sweeping legislative victories, but it was characterized by moral courage and a steadfast commitment to the ideals upon which the nation was founded. Despite facing numerous challenges, Adams stayed true to his principles, leaving an indelible mark on the presidency. His legacy is a reminder that leadership is not just about achieving political victories, but about standing up for what is right, even when it is difficult. John Quincy Adams' dedication to public service didn't end with his presidency. In fact, some argue his most significant contributions came afterward. This is the story of a man who, far from retreating into retirement, continued to shape the destiny of his nation. After his presidency, Adams did something almost unheard of in American politics. He returned to the very heart of government, winning a seat in the House of Representatives. It was here that he embarked on a 17-year tenure, passionately representing the people of Massachusetts from 1831 until his death in 1848. Adams was a vocal opponent of the gag rule, a rule that prevented the discussion of slavery in Congress. He saw this as a direct attack on the right to petition and freedom of speech. So, he fought against it, fiercely and unrelentingly, for 8 long years. His efforts were not in vain. In 1844, the gag rule was finally repealed, a triumph of freedom over censorship. But Adams's fight for justice wasn't confined to the halls of Congress. He also played a pivotal role in the famous Amistad case. When a group of enslaved Africans rebelled aboard the ship Amistad, they found themselves on trial for their lives. Adams took on their case, arguing before the Supreme Court that they had the right to fight for their freedom. After months of legal battle, the court ruled in their favor. It was a landmark victory for human rights, and a testament to Adams' unwavering belief in the principles of justice and liberty. John Quincy Adams' life of service extended well beyond his presidency, cementing his legacy as a tireless advocate for justice and freedom. His story reminds us that the pursuit of a better world doesn't end when we step down from positions of power. It's a lifelong commitment, a dedication to the ideals we hold dear, and a testament to the enduring power of public service. John Quincy Adams' presidency and life of public service have left a lasting impact on American history. From his early days as a diplomat's son, witnessing firsthand the birth of a nation, to his twilight years spent fighting for the abolition of slavery, Adams's life was a testament to his unwavering commitment to the principles of justice, liberty, and equality. Adams's journey to the presidency was as unique as the man himself. A seasoned diplomat and an accomplished statesman, he navigated the complex world of politics with an innate understanding of international relations and a keen sense of justice. His presidency was a reflection of his values, a time of principle over popularity, of steadfast commitment to the ideals on which the nation was founded. But Adams' legacy extends far beyond his presidency. In a life devoted to public service, Adams served as a diplomat, a senator, a secretary of state, and even returned to Congress after his presidency, a feat no other president has accomplished. His post-presidential tenure in the House of Representatives was marked by his tireless fight against the gag rule, a law that prohibited discussion of slavery in Congress. His unyielding opposition to this rule was instrumental in its eventual repeal, cementing his legacy as a champion of freedom and a stalwart opponent of slavery. Adams's principled leadership, his unwavering commitment to justice, and his profound understanding of the complexities of governance have left an enduring imprint on the American political landscape. His life and work serve as a reminder of the power of conviction, the importance of principled leadership, and the lasting impact of public service. So as we reflect on the life and legacy of John Quincy Adams, let us not forget his invaluable contributions to the nation, his relentless pursuit of justice, and his unwavering commitment to the principles of freedom and equality. John Quincy Adams, a president, a statesman, a man of principle, his life serves as a testament to the power of conviction and the enduring impact of public service.